There are simply too many movies on my Letterboxd watch list, so let's pick something at random and review it. Today we're watching The Retreat, a 2021 independent horror film. I don't really know any of these actors or the director. Not sure how it ended up on my watch list in the first place, but let's watch it. After watching all of The Retreat, I now understand how it's made its way onto my watch list. I don't remember when I added it, but of course I'm gonna watch a modern exploitation film. I love backwoods horror. It goes hand in hand with my love for slashers. I probably think about 2003's Wrong Turn with Elisha Dushku at least once a day. This is my Roman Empire, and I have zero shame about it. Even though it's not set in the woods, I think the 2006 remake of The Hills Have Eyes also belongs in this category of movies. That's another one of my favorites from the 2000s. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like The Retreat is a great one of these, but I had fun with it. It's not perfect, not by a long shot, but by the end of it, I was won over. They do some really clever things here. For example, the tone of the film changes with each act, which I really wasn't expecting. It actually went from losing me in the middle to pulling me all the way back in with a very gory and cathartic third act. It almost becomes like a revenge fantasy at that point, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought those elements worked really well. The story follows a couple, Renee and Valerie, who have booked an Airbnb with some friends of theirs. We, the viewers, know that these friends are either kidnapped or dead because the opening sequence shows them arriving at the Airbnb and getting attacked. The attackers are this militia group who targets LGBTQ couples by marketing the Airbnb as a queer-friendly space. How they are getting away with committing such awful hate crimes with such an obvious paper trail is beyond me, but, you know, maybe just don't think too hard about it. You know what type of movie this is. It's not exactly high art. On that note, I think now's a good time for me to talk about the one major issue I have with this film. I think it's going to be a deal breaker for some. It almost was for me. That part in the middle I mentioned, where the movie lost me. It lost me because it was too fucking dark. Like, literally too dark. I couldn't see what the fuck was going on most scenes. And before you ask, yes, I have a nice TV and I watched the film on Tubi, so unless there's something weird with the copy on there, I think the movie just looks like that. It's frustrating to say the least. Luckily, these scenes are contained to the second act, so at least the movie isn't constantly switching from day to night, but even so, it's a huge problem for an otherwise pretty solid backwoods horror. Tommy Amber Peary and Sarah Allen, who co-lead the movie, have great chemistry together. You can tell they're having a lot of fun here, especially in the third act. What's better than a final girl? Two final girls who are in love with each other, hell yeah. There are certain story details that feel a little stilted or unnecessary in the grand scheme of things. Once again, I think the second act is mostly to blame for this. My suspicion is that they knew where they wanted to go with the ending, but didn't quite know how to get there. In some ways, that would also explain the strong shifts in tone throughout the film, but that mostly works in its favor, I think. And I'm sure some of that was intentional. I doubt they intended for the second act to be this dark, though. If this movie had proper lighting, I would have no qualms about recommending it, but unfortunately, that isn't the case. See this as a call to all independent horror filmmakers out there. This is me saying, please fix your shit, know your fundamentals. The viewer should be able to see and hear what's going on in your movie. I mean, come on, this is film school 101 type of stuff. If you're a sicko for backwoods horror, or perhaps just want to see some bigots get their comeuppance, The Retreat does have something to offer you. I'm certainly glad I saw it. It's a shame the movie stumbled so heavily in the middle of it, but oh well, I've certainly seen way worse independent horror films for this channel. If you enjoyed this video, I make a new one like it every day, so subscribe, leave a comment, all of that stuff. Maybe next time we'll watch something that isn't extremely Canadian. I guess I didn't bring that up, but in the opening credits of The Retreat, it tells you that it's a Canadian production, and I was like, buddy, you didn't have to tell me. I noticed. Like, don't worry about it. I'm not saying that as a negative at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. As a Swedish person, I feel a lot of kinship with Canadians. They love ice hockey even more than we do. They're up north, we're up north. They're polite, we're polite. We get along great is what I'm trying to say here. I feel like I lost the plot a little bit. We'll talk again tomorrow, okay? Bye.